Hello everyone, very good morning and welcome back once again to your favorite channel, that is Study IQ English. I am your educator Praveen Mishra, going ahead with today's The Hindu analysis, that is 22nd of April 2025. So what are the top headlines for us with regard to our UPSC CSE prelims plus mains and everything? Okay, so the first one, that is the US Vice President is on a visit to India, right? And the talks that have been going on is with regard to the bilateral relationships, that is focusing on three major aspects. The first one, that is with regard to the trade, obviously. Second one, that is obviously the defense. And third one, that is the cultural people to people connect. Well, this brings us to a very interesting discussion. First and foremost, J.D. Vance has become the first vice president of the US to visit India in a decade. Last time it was only in the year 2013 when Joe Biden, who later on became the US president, okay, by the time period 2013 into the Obama government, he was the vice president. And in the year 2013, Joe Biden visited India. And since then, it was the time period of Joe Biden's government to the Donald Trump government again, and then back to Joe Biden government, okay, whatsoever, right? We didn't had any vice president of the US visiting India, right? So, but right now, J.D. Vance, he has become one such name to visit India, okay? And what are the things that have been focused? So, we have focused on one thing, that is Viksit Bharat 2047. What is the aspect of Viksit Bharat? By 2047, we have tried to maintain a particular thing, that is Viksit, developed India. Okay, not Vikassheel, not developing. Viksit, that is developed. Okay, so remember 2047, developed India. But the things that we have to discuss at any cost here, the India-America relationship. Okay, the three things, the three type of treaties or the agreements that we have signed with America, which has now given a much amount of curiosity to the international relations experts. Okay, and what are these three things? First of all, so by the year 2016 to 2020, when Donald Trump was there as the president of America, okay, so it was India-US ties. The biggest one that has made the geopolitical experts very curious that how come this happened, but it has happened. What is this? That is the first one, Becca, Komkasa, and Lemo. So these are the three treaties that are signed between India and America between 2016 to 2020. BECA as in Basics Exchange, and Communication Agreement. Basics Exchange and Communication Agreement. Then we have COMCASA, that is Communication Compatibility. And Security Agreement. And then finally we have got the LEMO, okay, that is Logistics Exchange and Memorandum of Agreement. These are the three pacts or the three deals that have been signed between India and America between the time period 2016 to 2020. The first one being the LEMO that was signed in the year 2016 itself. Right. What are these three of the pacts? Where are they focusing? They are focusing on one single thing. That is exchange of strategic information. that is naval information, air force information, or the other military, that is the army information. Basically, it deals with a strategic exchange of the airtime and naval operations. Yes, this is what the deal is going on, right? What type of deal? Exchange of strategic information, right? US has agreed to exchange information with whom? With us, India. The United States of America knows it very well that India is on to the side of Russia. We and Russia, we are greatest friends, right? Oldest friendship, greatest friendship since the establishment of the New World Order, from the time period of the Cold War towards the ages of the disintegration of the USSR, and as well as post-USSR disintegration when Russia came into the existence. We had the best relations with Russia, from exchange, from trade to defense to people connect, everything. Right? This is what we have faced. And this is very same Russia which is the biggest adversary to America. Right? And now, that meme that you might have seen over your social media platforms, right? That a guy that who got very famous, कि अमेरिका क्या बोलता था, कौन हो तुम, हम बोलते हैं, तू कौन है, like that. Okay, so I would just like to quote that. Though I'm not trying to, popularize or any sort of, providing or promoting any type of propaganda of the incumbent government. No, absolutely not. I'm just, giving you the reference. That very particular guy with the meme, okay, who got very famous. Okay, what? कि पहले अमेरिका क्या बोलता था, कौन हो तुम, आज हम अमेरिका को बोलते हैं तू कौन है, right? Though that's not absolutely correct. Okay, that's very big amount of exaggeration is there. It's not like that we say to America कि तू कौन है, not like that. Okay, but yes, America and India relations, they have taken a very big paradigm shift. And what is this paradigm shift here? Initially, India used to be a beneficiary of the American actions. No doubt in that. Sad but true. Shameful act, but yes, that's true. Once upon a time, through the America's PL 480 program, India used to be one of the beneficiaries the time period of 1960s to 70s. India used to be one of the beneficiaries of the PL 480 program of America, through which we used to take crops from America. Crops, yes. Okay. Now, those were the time when we were the beneficiary and America used to see India as a third world country. But right now, things, they have changed in the geopolitical radar, in the geopolitical dimensions. Things have changed totally. What and how? Now, America, we can just go ahead and understand. To USA, it is versus Russia plus China plus not South, how it can be, plus North Korea. Right? The problems America is facing for now, it is the biggest amount of debt, nearly 31 trillion US dollars. Yes, this is the present debt of America. 31 trillion US dollars. This is presently the America is facing the debt, right? Secondly, the market. Not talking about production. America is having ample amount of production. Yes, America is good with production. Okay, specifically the companies of America, from Meta, that is going ahead with Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp. Okay, then the industries owned by Elon Musk, from Tesla to SpaceX, then Microsoft to Google, they are all where? They are all there in America only. So America is not having the problem with the production. Simply, America is having the problem with the market access. American products, they are performing good in China, no doubt in that. But more than American products are performing in China, Chinese products are performing better in America. And now, the race is with regard to Russia, China, and North Korea. And yeah, one more, Iran. No doubt in that, right? So, in order to win, America needs what? America needs strong military. Strong military could only come from economy, that is basically money. And a downtrodden economy will never allow America to maintain a strong military. On the other side, when the adversaries, they are already, they are creating their own military. Specifically, the thing that is America troubled, presently, America that is troubled, and why such things are happening, that Donald Trump, praising India, J.D. Vance coming to India, and etc., of the things. Reason is the incident that China had given to the whole globe January this year, not January actually, December previous year, 2024, that is. China has created world's first sixth generation aircraft that is capable of entering into the exosphere and then re-entering into the Earth's atmosphere. That means that particular aircraft that is termed as J-35. Okay, if you just go ahead with the features of J-35, what it is capable of, J-35, it is first of all the sixth gen aircraft, which is capable of, let's for example, this is our Earth. J-35 could enter into the exosphere region here and can from here, okay, re-enter back to the atmosphere of the Earth. Okay, and this re-entry will allow this J-35 to dodge or to get rid of the anti-aircraft missiles. Apart from that, because it can enter into the exosphere, it can also target the low Earth orbit satellites. Though not yet justified scientifically, but yes, logical appearance or the logical features, what it tells us, that yes, the satellites that are there into the low Earth orbits, they can be targeted, okay, through this J-35. That means communication system of any country could be at stake. And who has created this J-35? It is China. It is full name J-35 Draken. And now the trouble. Okay, why America wants itself to be more present in India as well as Pakistan and so on. The trouble is here, this J-35 Draken, exactly 40 J-35 Drakens. 40 of them, not 1, 2. 40 of them. China has given it to not so good neighborhood of us, that is Pakistan. How many of them? 40 of them. China is already widely present in Pakistan with the Gwadar port and the CPEC and the other Karachi city projects, right? And now 40 J-35 fighter jets, 6th generation J-35 fighter jets, which shall be there into the Pakistani Air Force in the next 2 years. Okay, as in presently, the training of the Pakistani Air Force pilots, it is happening inside the country of China. Okay, that is in order to fly, operate the J-35 Draken. And this is not good news even for us, that is India. And yes, obviously this is threatening or troubling or alarming for America on the parallel, right? So now America, as you can understand, with this fact, okay, Russia versus China, Russia plus China plus North Korea plus Iran versus America single-handedly. So obviously hegemony is something which is in big question. And secondly, the biggest trouble, the market access. The market access is with China. The biggest market access is with China. And now the problem is the biggest growing market, the third largest market of this planet is that is India. And America now needs to be present here at any cost, at every cost. And hence, from Joe Biden government to Donald Trump and to the next upcoming governments, what we will be watching, that America would be trying its level best to please and appease Indians and Indian government at its best. And so that's why, J.D. Vance, he yesterday reached India, day before yesterday actually, he reached India, and the first thing what he did, he went to the Akshardham temple. Mr. Vance, what do you have to do with the Akshardham temple? Right? Nothing, but yes, in order to go ahead with the please and appeasement, the politicians, they know it very well, how to please the masses, right? And that's why they are the political leaders. And so did J.D. Vance did that, right? So this is where the India-America relations they are right now. This is where the America's need to India is right now. Okay, remember, it's not like that. I'm not saying we don't need America. We do. but the things have changed a bit, not a bit, many of it. Like for example, till 20th century, America was not in much need of India, but presently it is 2025, after the first quarter of the century has passed. America is also in the equivalent amount of need as we are for America, right? So once upon a time, the relationship used to be the one way, but now the dependence of the two nations, it is now the two-way communication, right? As much as India needs America, so does America needs India. And maybe the fact here is what geopolitical experts have to state. Maybe the fact it is true as well, it could be true as well, that America's need is more and India's need is less to America, because India is already on the side with France, with Russia, and with some other pro-Russian states, the satellite states of Russia, right? So, like for example, Azerbaijan, Tajikistan, including Afghanistan, though we don't have any cordial relationship with the Taliban government, as we do not have recognized them as the official government of Afghanistan, but still, we do have still cultural people-to-people connect with the Afghani people, right? So this is where American hegemony is in question, and that is where we can state it that America needs India more than India needs America, right? So I hope this is clear. So moving on to the next news, the next topic, the next title here, that is the death of Pope Francis. Well, if you are not aware with the word Pope, let me be specific. If I am a Hindu, the greatest religious position in my religion will be of the Sant or the Mahantji, right? If I am a Sikh, the greatest position or religious position in my religion, it will be Guruji, the Guru, right? If I am a Muslim, the greatest position in my religion, it will be Khalifa, right? So in Islam, it is Khalifa. In Sikhism, it is Guru. In Hinduism, it could be, once again, Guru or Sant or Mahant, something like that. Okay. And in Christianity, the highest religious position, okay, the highest, topmost religious position, it is termed as what? It is termed as Pope. Okay. It's not God. Okay. The highest religious position, that is what is known as Pope. So Pope Francis, he became the Pope in the year 2013, and since then he has been, living inside the headquarters of Christianity of this planet, that is Vatican City. Okay, but yes, 24 hours back he bid adieu to this planet, and he is right now no more. So remember, guys, what is the meaning of the word Pope? Pope as in the highest religious authority in the religion of Christianity. That is what basically the Pope means. Okay, so from the year 1936 to 2025 his life was, and yes, he said bye-bye to this planet just a day back. Okay, that is 21st of April 2025. Right? So he was someone who was contending for the open church. Open church as in, what do you mean by the term open church? A church which is having no roof or a walls? No, not like that. Open church as in a church which is open for everyone, regardless of the religion, culture, tradition, belief, faith, caste, creed, etc., etc. No racism, no casteism, no differences in faith, worship and belief. Nothing should be there. And church should be open for each and every one of us. This is what the meaning of the open church or any open religious institution comes into being. And he was the biggest proprietor or one of the biggest propagators of this thing, that is the open church. Right? So guys, this is about Pope. Now coming to the next news for us. That is, once again, it's coming from the state of Maharashtra. Wasn't consulted Maharashtra language panel chief on the Hindi row. Okay, so there is a person, his name is Lakshmikant Deshmukh sir. He is the chief of the Maharashtra State Language Commission. Okay, and what he has stated, that the statement or the order that has come from Devendra Fadnavis government in Maharashtra is something which I wasn't aware of. As in, what is the news first of all? Recently, just 48 hours back, Maharashtra government has made Hindi, mandatory as a mandatory subject from classes 1 to 5. Okay, Hindi has been made mandatory from classes 1 to 5. Okay, this is what Maharashtra government led by Devendra Fadnavis, Chief Minister, has done. Okay, the executive order has been issued as well, for which a widespread controversy and a big amount of criticism the government as well as the Chief Minister is facing as with regard to the language row is already going on in the country. The people in Maharashtra, they are willing more to learn Marathi, okay, along with English. But the fact is, why do I need to impose Hindi? See, there are three things that we need to understand. First and foremost thing, there is every time a political agenda for every action. For every action. There is a political agenda, there could be a propaganda, there could be some social, issues as well, along with simply the political mileage, gaining of the fame, name, popularity, and so on. And it could be also a political stunt, right? But the question here is all because of these reasons, all because of these news, okay? Is it legally correct to promote a language in any state? Is it constitutionally correct? So what do you have to answer? If anyone can answer, I would like to see the comments here. Okay, if there is someone to comment. Come on, guys, what do you think? Is it constitutionally correct? Is it legally right for any state government or the union government itself to promote a language, a specific language? Is it, what do you think? Is it right or wrong? Well, let's see each and every dimensions. Politically, with regard to agenda or propaganda, there is nothing known as right or wrong, first of all. Okay. But when it comes to the legal aspects or the constitutional aspects, then yes, it is right or wrong. It is right. Yep. No, I'm not trying to defend the government. No, I'm not trying to, defend the language of Hindi. Nothing. I'm just representing what Constitution has mentioned. Okay. So it is clearly mentioned under Article 351. That is, it is the duty of the union. Duty of the union to promote the spread of Hindi language and its usage and its usage. This is what Constitution has mentioned under Article 351. So, whatever political mileage Mr. Fadnavis and the government of Maharashtra wants to have, or any agenda or propaganda they would be having, we don't know, neither it's correct for us to discuss. Okay, whether they are doing it through some intent or on purpose, or they are just following the provisions of the Constitution, that is something we should not discuss it. But yes, talking about its legality, its validity, how much correct it is politically, or simply constitutionally, not politically, sorry, constitutionally. So, constitutionally speaking, okay, it is correct as it is what is mentioned under Article 351 of the Indian Constitution. Okay. Simply. Right? So remember, guys, whatever the actions they have been performed, they are performed through the constitutional means, that is under Article 351, and nothing good or wrong it could be there until unless it is being implemented. Okay. So coming to the next news or the next headline here. This is you might be of the opinion, ki, sir, why are we discussing the political news? Aren't political news not to be discussed? Means like they're of no use? Yes, absolutely true. But sometimes these politicians, they do iterate those things which becomes important for us to discuss. And here it is. Rahul Gandhi has made into the limelights again, into the headlines, when he has stated that there should be an enactment of a statute enactment of a statute that will be termed as Rohit Vea Act. Now, what is Rohit Vea Act? And who is Rohit Vea? Okay. Why are we discussing this name and why Mr. Gandhi, Mr. Rahul Gandhi specifically, wants to have an act in the name of Rohit Vea? Who is Rohit Vea? Was he or is he any politician, any leader, any former chief minister or a judge or etc. etc. Something, very influential personality he is or he was. So let's discuss. First of all, Rohit Vea is not in this world anymore. Okay, deepest condolences and sorry to the family that his name is right now here into the midst of some political vendettas. Firstly, Rohit Vea is no more. He died in the year 2016. No, he was not killed. Yes, he was killed actually. He died by suicide, and the suicide happened because of the very high amount of subjugation, exploitation, atrocities Rohit Vea was facing in his college because of his caste. He belonged to a scheduled caste category, and because of which he was made a subject to a very intense level of exploitation and discrimination, which Rohit couldn't handle, and ultimately he gave up his life. He committed suicide. Though it was a suicide, but it was not a suicide, it was a bloody, cold-blooded murder, right? That had happened. And the murderer was not one, it was us, we the people of India. We killed Rohit. We are the murderers. Yes. Why? Because still, 78 years of independence, 75 years of the implementation of the Constitution, with the very great and vast heritage, with a tradition, a faith, a belief that the world admires, we, the people of India, are still not able to eliminate the evils of the social society, of the so-called social society, in case it is, or what we call it as the civil society. Still, discrimination is taking place on the grounds, sometimes on religion, sometimes on caste, then on customs, creed, color, that is race, place of birth, language, and could be anything more, right? Yeah, gender, how can we forget that even? This is what India Justice Report has also stated, a report that we had discussed around 3 to 4 days back, right? That how much amount of justice and injustice is still prevalent in the Indian society, and why are we facing all of these things? Answer is still yet to be given. Okay, so Rohit Vea Act. Rohit, he died. He was indirectly murdered, but he died of a suicide in the year 2016, just because of the caste-based discrimination he was facing. Well, are these caste-based discriminations over in the at least prestigious institutes or the imperial colleges of our country? Well, to answer this, nowhere. Recent report that has came from the Ministry of Social Welfare, where they were targeting the time period of 2018 to 2023, just 5 years, from 2018 to 2023. Around 70 suicides took place in the Indian Institute of Technology, Delhi, out of which majority of the suicides, they were, yes, from the academic pressure, because of the outcomes of the academic pressure, and there were also incidences reported around 30% of the suicides, 30 to 35% or even more of the numbers of suicide that had happened because of caste-based discrimination inside Indian Institute of Technology, right? This is what has happened. Why so? So this is the data. This is what we are facing these days, right? This is what we have been subject to discrimination these days in the imperial colleges. We, that is not just a community, we the people of India. Sometimes we are being discriminated, sometimes we are discriminating. Right. Ultimately, this is troubling. This is hampering and tampering the growth and development of the whole nation, right? And then we'll figure out, see, China किधर से किधर पहुंच गया, अरे उसकी हरकतें भी तो देख लो भाई, right? See Japan, वो किधर से किधर पहुंच गया, वो पहुंचेगा ना, see their हरकत, see their actions. It's got the bullet train. We are still having, the construction is going on since 10 years. Why not? These countries, they are bound to develop. Why? Because they do not have such type of nonsense things in their society. We do have, right? So here, what is the concept? Rohit Vea Act. For the sake of what? For the sake of protection of the people, from students to anyone, from such type of things, that is discrimination based on caste or anything. Okay, so this is what the whole news is all about, right? So yes, this is just a proposal to have the Rohit Vea Act. Okay, proposal has come from a political personality. Let's see how much affirmative or cognizant actions the governments, the state as well as the national, the union, they are going to take. So remember everyone, Rohit Vea Act, it is just a proposal, nothing more. Okay. So moving to the next news, the next topic here, what we have got, 2 ISRO satellites docked successfully for the second time, right? So 2 ISRO satellites. Which are these 2 satellites? First and foremost, what you need to mark, okay, SDX-01, that is the chaser, and SDX-02, that is the target. These are the 2 ISRO, that is Indian Space Research Organization's satellites that have successfully docked into the space. Space docking, how do I justify the term space docking? So here it looks like this. As you can see, the 2 satellites that are floating into the outer space, okay, there is one satellite, that is a SpaceX-01, that is the chaser, another one, that is the SpaceX-02, that is the target. Okay, they are being docked in air, that is without any surface, without any platform, without any base. They are floating into the outer space. Okay, sorry, no air is there. That is into the outer space. They are floating. Okay, but yes, while floating only, they are getting docked, or that is connected. So this is what basically we call it as what? Space docking. And for the first time, ISRO achieved this space docking in January this year, that is 2025, just a couple of months back, what we say basically. And the second achievement of ISRO has come just yesterday, okay, that is the docking of the 2 space satellites, okay, that is SpaceX-01, that is the chaser, and SpaceX-02, that is the target. Okay, so with this, ISRO, Indian Space Research Organization, has become only the 4th country, only the 4th space research organization to have the space docking. The first one was America, followed by Russia, followed by China, followed by India. So remember guys, space docking, so far only 4 countries, or only 4 countries space research organizations they have been performing. Okay, they have performed. Firstly, it was done by America, secondly by Russia, thirdly by China, and fourthly, freshly by us, that is India, in the year 2025 for the first time in January, and for the second time yesterday. Okay, that is April, 21st of April basically, when the nation was commemorating the National Civil Services Day. ISRO was also having another matter of joy and triumph, okay, where we will be having the space docking. Okay, so moving to the next news here. Civil services should get credit for smooth transfer of power in India. The statement has come from TV Somanathan. Okay, so who is TV Somanathan? Basically, he's the senior most IS officer of the country presently, the cabinet secretary. Okay, now, what is the Civil Services Day? As yesterday we had made a special session for you guys as well. In case you have watched it, that's fine. In case you haven't, then please, I request you to watch that session as well. Go to the videos segment and watch the National Civil Services Day video over the, tribute to the civil servants of the country. And here we are going to discuss some of the elements of the Civil Services Day. First and foremost, okay, when we talk about Civil Services Day, so yeah, the date is fixed. What is this? 21st of April. Why this date? Why so? Because it was the date when the first ever Union Home Minister, okay, the first ever Union Home Minister, that is who? Yes, the great name, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, was addressing the first batch of ICS probationers. Okay, he was addressing the first batch of IAS officers, the probationers, those who were undergoing the training. Okay, in which he mentioned that yes, these are the services, the IAS or the IPS, okay, or even the IRS officers. Basically, the bureaucracy. To the bureaucracy, he mentioned that they are going to be the steel frame of India, or they are going to be the steel frame of India. This is what Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel has mentioned for the bureaucracy of India, right? That they are going to be what? The steel frame of India. And you know what? The very interesting story. The Constituent Assembly of the time, which was working as the interim government, as the interim legislative assembly as well, okay, the Constituent Assembly, majority of the people inside the assembly, they were of the opinion that we shall discontinue or disband this all India services. Just think if that thing would have happened, right? We would be having no existence presently. Okay, so at the time of the year 1946-1947, when Constituent Assembly was there in action, the majority of the members inside the assembly, they were of the opinion, no, we don't need this civil services thing with us. Okay, we are good without the civil services. For which there was just one champion of the civil services in India. It was Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. He came in and he said, what the hell? What are you talking about? If you want to have a united and integrated India, you need civil services. You badly need civil services, guys. Okay, so this is what Patel Sahab, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel has mentioned. That in order to have united and integrated India, you need what? You need the bureaucracy, that is the civil services, that shall be the steel frame of India. And hence Sardar Patel termed that all India services, they are what? The basis of the society, right? And hence we call Sardar Patel as father of all India services. Now there would be a question in your mind, right? That father of all India services, isn't it not Lord Cornwallis, the father of Indian civil services? Yes, that's true. So why we are calling Sardar Patel as father of Indian services? So let's understand the difference. Okay. On one side we have got Cornwallis, and on the other side we have got, yes, the greatest name here, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Cornwallis is termed as father of Indian civil services. That means he gave the theory of Indian civil services, the theoretical aspect to it. Whereas Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel is termed as, or is regarded as, the father of all India services. Okay, father of all India services, that is the practical approach of establishing the offices of IAS, IPS, IRS, IFS, okay, etc. So here Cornwallis gave the theoretical aspect, but the offices of IAS, IPS, IFS, IRS and so on, they are established by the works of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, and hence the difference. Okay, Sardar Patel is termed as what? Father of all India services, whereas Cornwall is regarded as what? Father of Indian civil services. Okay, so this is what the basic difference is. Okay, so moving to the next news here. Bullseye Galaxy with 9 rings may reveal dark matter secrets. अभी इतना बड़ा आर्टिकल है ये, too big article, right? See the whole page of half of the page more than, okay? It is referring to one thing, the bullseye, right? The bullseye what? Bullseye Galaxy. Now, let's cut this thing into the short one, right? Understanding it in the very shortest manner, the Bullseye Galaxy, officially known as LEDA 1313424 Galaxy. Okay, the actual name of this galaxy, it is with 9 rings, that is the 9 spirals of this, okay, like this, having the 9 rings, okay, the galaxy. What it is termed as? It is termed as LEDA, official name, LEDA 1313424. Okay, this is the name of the galaxy that we call it in general, the Bullseye Galaxy, which has been identified, the James Webb Hubble Telescope. Okay, observed by whom? The James Webb Hubble Telescope. Okay, so this is what the thing is. What is the galaxy? That is what? The Bullseye Galaxy. Scientists, they are of the opinion that they think that there are 9 rings to the galaxy, but there could be another ring as well, that is 10th ring. Okay, so this is spiraling. They have said that it has spiraled for the 9 times. But now the recent expedition or the recent exploration or the research, or it is claiming that there could be the 10th ring as well to the galaxy. Right, and this 10th ring or the soul of this galaxy, that is so-called LEDA 1313424 or the Bullseye Galaxy, could be, providing us some good information related to the dark matter. Dark matter, that is what we call that 90% of the outer space. It is made up of the dark matter as well as the dark energy, or the antimatter or the dark energy simply. Okay, so what is the logic here? What are the scientists? They are claiming that when we go ahead with the research of the Bullseye Galaxy or the LEDA 1313424, right, that will be what? Providing us the information on the dark matter. Dark matter that is comprising 90% of the outer space, right? That means mystery to be resolved soon, question mark. Okay, so here we go to the next news. What is this all about? It's with regard to the country of China. Why did China block exports of rare earth elements? काय को block? Simple सा बात है. Simple answer. Very simple. Tariff war. Trade war. Which shall lead to the world war very soon. सुनो, बात सुनो. जल्दी से पढ़ाई लिखाई करके IAS बन के ना जो भी सपने देख रखे हैं सब पूरे कर डालो जल्दी से. Study hard, work hard, okay. Qualify the UPSC CSE at the earliest possible time in first, second attempts whatsoever you have, okay, given to yourself the time. Just fulfill your dreams at the earliest possible times, because these mentally ill, senile people, one sitting in America, another sitting in North Korea, another sitting in Russia, third one sitting in China and some other parts of the world as well. These are the people, those who have decided that we are going to fight World War III. Why only the names Churchill, Clementi, Attlee, all of these things, Hitler, are only in the names of the history books? They are mentioned in the history books. Why can't we be mentioned in the history books? So now these people are on to this point only, that we will have the third world war, nuclear war, right? And for this, they are trying their level best. Let's instigate each other. Let's just wait who is going to first one to press this button, missile button, nuclear missile button. And let's see how this devastation of the earth happens, right? And these are the people, those who will be doing it very well, very, very soon. So we will be the generation who will be witnessing World War. Yeah, last generation of this planet could be. Yeah, witnessing. Nothing. Okay, so what is the stage here? The recent stage, the recent instigation. It is the trade war. That is the imposition on tariffs. Imposition of excess amount of tariffs. Donald Trump, he came to the power, and on 2nd of April 2025, he declared what? That 2nd April shall be, celebrated as the Liberation Day. काहे का Liberation Day? तेरे को आजाद हो गए 300 साल हो रखे हैं. Liberation Day. What Liberation Day? You want to have that trade protectionism, right? So go ahead with the trade protectionism. Just enhance your local productivity. Do not let the Chinese products coming back to your market. Okay. So because of which he has imposed import tariffs. 50%, 60%, 70%, 80%, 125%, specifically to China. Dear America, you need REEs, that is rare earth elements, for the production of your electric vehicles, microchips, LCDs, ACs, other electricals and electronical appliances. You need rare earth elements. And you know it very well. Where are rare earth elements in most abundant quantity? Yes, it is in South Asia. Along with South Asia, there is also a country here in Asia that is known as China. अभी उसने निकाला rare earth element और अभी block कर दिया उसने तुम्हारा trade. Jammer, as a China, Xi Jinping like to Donald Trump. Now what will you do? Okay, so this is what China has blocked. Blocked what? The export of rare earth elements. China is having no problem. China is having not debt. Chinese economy, $1 trillion China has saved in just 1.5 years last, what IMF has reported. IMF's report it is. Chinese net export, by the time period last financial cycle, was $2.6 trillion net import. China's net export was $3.6 trillion. That is net profit, exactly $1 trillion. This is what China has earned in one cycle, financial cycle. So China has no trouble of, reducing the exports. China is good enough, right? So what China has done has stopped the export of rare earth elements, for which America would be now troubled. And what are these rare earth elements, first of all? What are rare earth elements? So they are a series of 17 substances. Okay, so guys, make it clear. Rare earth elements, they are the series of 17 substances that are present in the Earth's crust. Unlike what the name may indicate, rare earth elements occur plentifully in nature. See guys, remember, though the name is rare earth element, but it's not like that they are very rare. No, they are not rare. Okay, they are available in plentiful amount, but yes, in some specific locations. And one such location comes in China. Okay, so how many of them? 17 of them. Specifically speaking, the locations. So locations, they are, if you can go ahead, the countries like India, we are good in rare earth elements, China, Myanmar, Japan, Australia, North Korea, right? China, North Korea having good ample quantity and quality of rare earth elements, right? Which is needed in the production of microchips, electronics, electricals, electronic vehicles as well, right? So what we can see, the important ones of them: dysprosium, gadolinium, lutetium, samarium, scandium, terbium, yttrium. Okay, these are the most needed ones. Okay, what we call them as the rare earth elements. And where are they basically used? Okay, so they are used in electronics, they are used in fighter aircrafts, okay, and the other appliances as well, including these superconductors. Okay, so for which China has blocked the exports, ki nahi karenge, right? Just to make America taste its own medicine. Okay, and for which we have also created a policy not to block the export, but to enhance the export as well as the usage, what it is termed as NCMM, that is National Critical Mineral Mission. Guys, please mark this. Okay, for India, we have got a separate policy with us with regard to, or in the context of the rare earth elements. What are they? What is the name of the policy or the mission? National Critical Mineral Mission, okay, which has been launched by India in order to have the domestic supply as well as international supply of the rare earth elements along with the other required elements. Okay, what are the areas with ample quantity of the REEs? That is obviously India, China, Myanmar, Japan, Australia, North Korea. Right? And now the first topic for the day, what we have discussed. J.D. Vance visit to India and America's need to India. Okay, India is in more need of America, or America is in more need of India. So yes, India needs America, but more than India needs America, America needs India. The logic. Okay, so here we go. The next news for us. Bangladesh's Islamist demand abolition of Women's Commission. अभी कुछ बोलूंगा तो विवाद हो जाएगा वाला सीन इधर है, ठीक है, right? But since Sheikh Hasina government has been ousted, what Bangladesh and Bangladesh's women they are facing? Okay, that is their cricket team has been banned, their football team has been banned. Means like women empowerment is facing highest level of subjugation in the state of Bangladesh, right? But what is the logic here? This is not new, right? This is not something new. Recently, what has happened, I'll tell you the news. Bangladesh has demanded from Pakistan. अभी कल तक तो भाई भाई थे. They were yesterday's very good friends, brothers from another mother, something like that, right? Suddenly, Bangladesh has said that Pakistan needs to pay us around 5 or 4 or 5 billion dollars. Pakistan be like, क्या? 5 billion dollars? भाई मैंने देखे नहीं इतने पैसे जमाने हो गए. Pakistan be like, इतने पैसे छपते भी हैं आजकल. Are we printing such amount of money? 5 billion dollars. Bangladesh be like, yeah, printing it is going on. Then why do I need to pay you $5 billion? When did I took money from you? That too 5 billion. Oh, you performed much of the atrocities. In the year 1971, you raped our women, you killed our children, you killed our men. Thousands of people, they lost their lives and property. Thousands of, atrocities you performed. So Bangladesh has stated this to Pakistan. So in return of those atrocities, see how pathetic things could go. What Bangladesh is demanding, give me $5 billion, I will forget what you have done to me. Right. So this is where the thing that has come to the news. Just before the battle, the war, March 1971, Pakistani army, okay, not the government or anything else. Pakistani army launched an operation that is known as Operation Searchlight. According to the data of UN, United Nations, according to the data of United Nations, okay, through Operation Searchlight, okay, some thousands of women, they were raped, some lakhs of them, they were displaced, some 10,000s or 20,000s or something more, they were killed. From being a woman to children to adult male or senior citizen whatsoever, right? Through just one operation, Operation Searchlight. To their rescue, it was Indian Army that went into the state of East Pakistan, supported the local organization Mukti Bahini, helped them in fighting with this Operation Searchlight and the hostile mindsets of Pakistani army and the government. We provided them independence. 13 days it took, less than 2 weeks, for our army to make this country independent, Bangladesh. And now we feel like why we did so. Those ungrateful, non-thankful people, right? Now they are abusing verbally India only, that too going in China, and saying Northeast is landlocked and we can utilize it. You are no one, Mr. Mohammad Yunus, or even the whole of Bangladesh to utilize even a particular inch of my land that belongs to me, that is India. You cannot, and you cannot state this thing into my adversary state, that is China, for which you are facing we have banned all the entry of the ships from Bangladesh coming into the Indian ports. INS Kochi, INS Chennai, they are deployed into the Bay of Bengal region, targeting the areas of Bangladesh. From Sylhet to Dhaka, to the other areas, whatever you have, that could be vanished quite sooner time in case our army, our navy indulged in it. Last time the Indian Navy indulged, it created a new nation. This time, if Indian Navy and the other forces, if they indulge, I don't know what will happen to you, right? So this is what Bangladesh. And with regard to this news, the orthodox mindset, this is not for the first time it is happening in Bangladesh. This is happening for the first time in Bangladesh, but world is not, this news is not new to the world. November 2024, November, just 5 months back, right? November 2024, the Talibani government of Afghanistan. Talibani, who are they? Bloody terrorists only. They are nothing more than the terrorists. Now they have taken up the government, right? But they are ultimately, they are remaining the terrorists only as per the records, right? They are what? They are terrorists. They have created the government, right? So being a terrorist organization, what laws they have passed? In November first week 2024, the Talibani government, the so-called Talibani government of Afghanistan, they have passed a law in which they have stated that a woman cannot talk to another woman. No, I'm not kidding. Just Google it and search for it, you'll get to know. This is a law which has been passed by the so-called aforesaid Talibani government of Afghanistan, that a woman cannot talk to women. Right? A women cannot talk to women. Why? And who are you to create such a statute? Why are you creating such a statute? Okay, why are you let it be. Who are you to create such a statute? You are no one. This is where, and now the question is, where is United Nations Declarations on Human Rights? Active since 1948. Amnesty International, are you not going to provide any report over it? Where are you? The benevolent organizations of this globe. Right? Okay, and so the another news is here. Right? What is this? Bangladesh's demand of abolition of Women's Commission. Right? Okay, this is what is happening. And this is what people are of the opinion, that such things, they are nothing but just troubling the peace and stability of the whole region, from Western Asia to South Asia, from Afghanistan crossing to the regions of Pakistan and then Bangladesh. Right? Nothing. So the next news for us here, Israel wants to undermine nuclear talks with US, says Iran. See, it was the year 2015 when the Iran nuclear deal, okay, Iran nuclear deal came into being. Okay. Popularly, it is known as Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action. Okay, simply we call it as what? Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action. Okay. Signed between whom? It was P5 plus 1. Plus 1 as in Germany and Iran. P5, that is permanent 5. America, Russia, China, England and France. Okay. Plus 1, that is Germany along with Iran, under which Iran had agreed to majorly not to enrich uranium and secondly, allowing the inspectors of International Atomic Energy Agency to inspect the nuclear facilities of Iran. The deal was officially called off by America in 2018. In 2018, America said, no, I'm getting out of this deal. Let the P4 plus Germany take care of it. I have nothing to do at that time. The president of America was once again Donald Trump. But Joe Biden, he made America to re-enter to the Iran nuclear deal, and the talks were going on. And once again, the US president is Donald J. Trump. So he's undergoing talks with Iran nuclear deal. Okay, the delegates, they have met in Israel as well, and for which Iran has given a very fresh controversial statement that it is Israel who wants to undermine the nuclear talks with US. Okay, as Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, the president of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, has clearly stated that we won't let Iran create the nuclear weapons. Okay, so as per the deal, according to the watchdog IAEA, Tehran has enriched uranium to 60%, close to 90% level needed to the manufacturing weapons. Okay, so technically, Iran is just 10% away from creating nuclear grades weapon, right? Just 10% away. It has enriched 60% of the uranium, which means just 10% more is needed for for Iran to produce plutonium, that is the nuclear material that shall be used in further production of the nuclear missiles, or basically the nuclear weapons. That will be the biggest trouble or the pain in the head for America and its allies, from Israel to others. But yes, that will provide a boost to the Iranian allies from Russia to China inside the whole of the Middle East corridor. That means they will be having an opportunity to grab the neck of the OPEC with the help of Iran. They will be having, they must be having, like they might be having, not must, they might be having this opportunity in the near future in case Iran steps out of the Iran nuclear deal. Russia comes into the production of Iran along with China, obviously, and lets Iran to produce the nuclear grade weapons, okay, supports it, and then the world will see that some deadly things will be happening inside Middle East. Ultimately, another platform for the world war. Right, guys? Okay. So this is all with regard to today's headlines. Today's The Hindu. That is 22nd of April. And that's it for the session. But before going, please, guys, do not forget to subscribe to our StudyIQ IS English channel, made with just one single purpose: to serve you with the best quality and quantity of the content. Right? And in case you want to connect with me, so we have got two platforms. So over Instagram, we can connect with the username Praveen Mishra _2107. And over Telegram, we can connect with the channel, that is study_with_Praveen. So wherever you wish to connect, you are free to connect, and whatever your doubts are, please do let me know, and I shall consider them at the earliest possible time. Okay, guys, so do hit the like button as well in case you like the video, and apart from that, whatever your feedback is, I'll be waiting into the comment section for you. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Have a great day. See you soon in the very next session. Bye bye. Take care. Jai Hind. Jai Bharat.